more bits into this timeline just for you to see a little bit more. Now, if we just zoom out just by dragging the slider along at the bottom here, we can see a bit more of our timeline. So in total, it's just under 1 minute long, and we've got a variety of different clips in here at the moment. Now, what you might want to do is you might want to split these clips. So let me show you how to do that. The easiest way to actually make a clip smaller is when you click on the move tool, click on the clip itself and then go to the corner. Now you can go to either corner, and if you click, hold down with the mouse and drag it over, you can see that's made it a little bit shorter. Now, if all of these were in one timeline, what you could do then is you could select this space and then delete. Now, the downside with me doing that at the moment is it has moved everything over, but it's also moved this timeline over. So I'm just going to undo that now and just show you, if I move this all into one timeline, I can click here and just delete that, just so that it moves all over. Now you may be wondering why I've put that on a different timeline to this. Well, the reason being is this was an image, so I wanted the image to be separated from my video just here, as it's just a preference that I have when I'm working with this. Now, if you need to make this smaller, let's say for argument's sake you wanted to crop this a little bit more, we could click on the end and just drag it in, or we could use the blade tool here, or the razor tool which is there. And if I click on the timeline, I can then split these two into two. Now this is quite handy if I wanted to use this somewhere else. So let's say, for example, I wanted to move these around and I wanted to go back to this later. That is a really handy thing to be able to do. So we can basically use the blade tool, we can split it and then put it into another location. Now, unfortunately, I don't need this bit, so I'm just going to delete it. And then what I'm going to do is, using the selection tool, highlight the other frames here and just move them down so that they snap into this part here. Now you'll notice this piece of video here has some audio attached to it, but there isn't actually any audio in here. If we zoom in a little bit more, what you can actually see is it's a flatline audio file. There isn't actually audio attached. If you want to get rid of this, if you right click on the actual timeline itself on the video, and then if you scroll down to the unlink, and then what you can then do is you can click on that individually. If you notice now they're two separate entities. If I click on that and then delete it, it goes there. So all I'm going to do is just going to make this a little bit smaller. So this one here, this timeline is going to be much shorter. So currently it starts at about 15 seconds and ends at about 29 or so. So we're going to make that much shorter, that sequence, and we're going to put it down there to about 5 seconds. Now, if you do unintentionally make something a little bit too short, well, don't worry, because we're not actually deleting anything. Watch this. If I've made this a little bit too short and I think, nah, I need to extend it again, click on the end and just drag it back out. What it does then is it basically replaces whatever we have cut, because the original is still here. The timeline is just the bits that we are actually piecing together. Okay, so this now is starting to come together a little bit more. And as you can see, I've got a variety of different things in here, and we've got that there. So we've got a really quick bit here, which I'm going to leave as that. But there is one little issue that you will see, and it's something we do need to sort out. Now this is particularly prominent on images. So you can see this is an image here. And the problem with this image is it's actually much bigger than the size of video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the video, and then I'm going to click on this one here which says set to frame size. What this does is it shrinks the image down, and you can do the same thing with video as well. However, what we now need to do, I want to get rid of these black borders. So manually, if I double click on it, what you'll notice is there's little corner placements on each one of these drag handles, and what I can do is I can drag this out and then I can make it fill the frame again. Okay, so now what we've just done is we've edited our little video. So it starts off with a little fade in there, and then it'll switch to the image now, and the image is going to be full screen like that, which is lovely. Now, as you're playing this and you are editing it, you might want to sort of do a little bit more, and you might want to still bring a few more things in. That's fine. As you can see, it's very quick and easy to do. So I'm going to now try and reduce this down to around about sort of 24 seconds, or if I can get it under 20, that'd be great, just to show you a few really quick things that we can do, and hopefully then you'll be able to see that we can actually get something really nice with not a lot of time. So that's how you would shorten or break or split clips, as well as reusing certain parts if you were to split the clip and move it then to another part of the timeline as well.